Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to our lecturer Sir Muhammad Faizal bin Kamaruddin. My name is Amirul Aiman bin Abdul Rahim, and the other two group members will present about the retirement planning and investment planning. So the definition of retirement planning is the allocation of savings or revenue for our retirement. So the goal for this planning is to achieve financial independence upon our retirement. So retirement planning has its own purposes that will benefit to whoever does. For example, instead of we do something to recover financial, for example part-time job and so on, after the retirement planning will work as a guarantee that you will spend time peacefully with stable financial. One of the example for retirement planning is Employees Provident Fund, EPF, that was set up by government for private sector, and the pension fund for public sector. So the next is investment planning. Investment is an action or process of investing money for gain profit, and it requires a sacrifice for some present assets such as time, money or effort. But for the investment planning, the definition is a process where we manage to invest on various platforms, and also we manage the period of investment, such as we estimate the time and the amount that we want gain from the profit. So one of the main objective for investment planning is the safety of our investment itself. We as an investor should choose the best, and we should invest in safe investment vehicles. As we know, the greater income that we gain from the profit, the more risk that we could face. So in order to generate greater income, we need to face higher risk, and this is how the investment planning react, which we can reduce the risk.
People make investment primarily to protect their future, which include their post-retirement years. Tax advantage and chances to start increasing savings are typically offered by retirement plans. A retirement savings strategy is our government's personal equity and retirement account (PERA) or private retirement scheme (PRS). This is entirely optional and accessible through banks. Insurer or takaful plans. Purchasing a life insurance gives us and our family secure, right? It involves a protection and investment. Therefore, it is a fantastic product to purchase. These plans give us the option to invest money in a variety of funds in order to start generating income for our long-term financial objective. Today, a variety of investing strategies are offered. Each has different risk and reward profiles. Why investment is very important? Because the profit that we can earn based on our principle will compounding. Let's talk about compounding. It is an investment, it generates a return or dividends that are reinvested. These profits or dividends then will produce profit for themselves. To put it another way, compounding occurs when your investment generates income from past income. Investment money preserved for future use and can assist us in achieving your life objective. It's necessary to save our money for emergencies, short-term goals, and long-term ambitions. It's tough to imagine where we could save the money. Take a look at our spending and saving strategy to get started. I will mention some of the current issue of an investment. Have you heard about this news? Bank Rakyat pays out 15% dividend for financial 2021. The one who have shareholder in Bank Rakyat will get 15% compared to past year, which is 13% only. The bank declared a 15% dividend distribution for the year, totaling 429.5 million, which would be distributed beginning 25 April 2022. Entrepreneur and a cooperative development minister Tan Sri Noh Omar stated despite the challenging environment triggered by the COVID-19, Bank Rakyat still continue to sustain double-digit dividend rate performance for 23 years. Bank Rakyat reported a profit before tax and zakat of 1.63 billion and a net profit of 1.86 billion for the financial year ended 31st on December 2021. Another current issue that mostly people aware about it, gold. Throughout history, gold has been utilized as a trading asset because it has a universal worth everywhere on the planet. Many people go to gold in hope of increasing their current wealth because the scarce commodity is always seen as a highly valued form of money. Gold is wealth preservation. Think about the difference between possessing 100 ringgit notes and 100 worth of gold in 1980. The gold value has increased, making it far more valuable than the initial 100 ringgit investment. The second one is secure. As a result, when investors realize they are losing money, they may attempt to purchase gold as a protective asset. Safe haven. Gold is not immediately affected by the changes in interest rates. It is supply and demand cannot be manipulated by printing more of.
Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera. My name is Nurul Fazira binti Muhammad and I will start my presentation with the importance of retirement planning. There are two main points that I would like to highlight here, which are a tendency to maintain higher standard of living and the higher medical costs. For the first point, everyone wants to live more comfortably until the old age. That is the reason we must plan from now on how to manage our finances for our use in future. Having realistic expectation about how to spend our money after retirement will help us to figure out how extensive a retirement portfolio we need. Secondly, higher medical costs. As we can see, nowadays not everyone can afford to buy medicines and go to the clinic due to the high price. If we do not plan from now on, we will not be able to pay the high hospital bills in future. A study shows that 65 years old couple who retires in 2021 can expect to spend Rm300,000 on healthcare and medical costs during retirement. This amount does not include the extra cost of long-term care each year. These are the steps that need to be followed in projecting the retirement planning. Retirement planning involves the same step as any other personal planning. We have to figure out where would we like to be and how to get there. As difficult as this estimation seems, because it is a long time until retirement and anything can happen in the meantime. We can start by using what we know about the present. Next, I will present the current issues of retirement planning. As we are aware that the national inflation has increased 2.8% in May 2022, while the food inflation already climbed up to 5.2% in May 2022 as well. This shows that the inflation can directly impact to our retirement saving. Even low inflation rate can have a large impact on purchasing power if the time period is long enough. Secondly is retirement withdrawal. EPF saving is one of the main channels to provide for retirement. 99.9% contributors would withdraw their EPF saving in one lump sum once they reach 55 years, and 70% of them would use all their EPF saving in just 3 years post-retirement. In 2022 to 2021, Malaysian government have introduced multiple schemes to withdraw the EPF savings due to the pandemic. Because of the policy adjustment, 15 million EPF members are likely to have less than RM10,000 in account 1, and 9.3 million members are expected to have less than RM10,000 in account 2. Last but not least, low salary among EPF members. The provident schemes are based on a percentage of our salary. This means when the salary is lower, the lower our contribution to our retirement will be. Median savings of all EPF members below age 55 stands at 13,000, which translates to RM54 a month to their 20 retirement years.
Okay, now let me tell a bit regarding the statistical information of retirement planning. So in Malaysia, it is less encouraging for the retirement planning. This is because the most of the people here could not afford for a retire even before the pandemic COVID-19, which due to generally low wages. Okay, so during the pandemic, the government has made a stimulus program for people to counteract the disruption caused by the coronavirus. Okay, for example, RM 101.1 billion was taken out of the employees' provident fund yearly by 7.4 million members through COVID-19 related withdrawal scheme. For example, iLestari, iSinar and iCitra. Okay, these worries include several things such as low wages, inconsistent EPF contributions and lack of financial literacy. So in conclusion, we hope that we have delivered a clear information regarding the retirement and investment planning. So everything that we plan to do in future must have planning in order to get what we dream is achieved. So other than the retirement and investment planning, there are more planning that we should aware of. For example, insurance planning, estate planning and many more. Okay, nowadays we can see that the inflation rate increasing. So I think that several parties need to do something. For example, government, they should interfere on what actually the people is suffering. Moreover, with all the government initiative, all this while, I believe that it can at least help to guarantee for their retirement. And lastly, you reap what you sow are the best slogan to use when it comes to planning. Thank you.